Right. Okay. Is there supposed to be no sound? Let me double check that there's sound. Yep, there is sound. I don't know. I actually haven't used the menu music, if there is menu music. Anyway, I didn't realize we were this far in past practice. But, oh, we're now qualifying. I'll put in no parts. And what we're doing here is we're just wrapping up the season for the new game. We're in 2038 or something. I'm getting no audio. Is it supposed to be like this? Alright, let's put on some audio. I feel like, I don't know. We'll send the drivers out. But I'm gonna try and speedrun the final season before the new game comes out. And this isn't the final season, I can keep going, it's more just... It's the final season of... Well, the new game's gonna be out on Thursday, it's Tuesday. And we're like halfway through the season. And as we're gonna speedrun it, I'm just gonna skip past all this. I wonder, did Behrman get his lap locked? I'm hoping no one got their lap blocked. I'm gonna take it just as a no that no one got their lap blocked. But anyway, I'm gonna just skip through to Q2 and hope that the other cars are slow enough for that to work. Yeah, Lando's down there. You're gonna have to put more laps in.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Where could we move the camera? Does that make more sense? Now my face isn't showing at all. Am I back? I'm now back. Hooray. Yay, let's send Lando out and hope he doesn't fucking get put out of Q1. Huzzah! He is stuck behind the slowest driver on the grid to block his fucking lap. Thank God he still made it through. I still don't even know if this is the optimal place to put your camera, but like, you kinda need the top left to know the session time. I'm like,
Radio check, radio check.
don't really know where to put it.
Yeah, confirm.
Anyway, just, I don't care. Why would I care that the DRS is enabled? I know it's fucking dry. More drivers blocking laps. Hooray. Woo.
Oh,
Anyway.
did someone run wide there?
Okay. Blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Blah 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 blah. Wow. Crazy. Why do I keep saving my FM? Who knows? Who knows? But, you know. Now that I can see the patio, I'm just scared to see an angry man with a knife. That'll be pretty inconvenient. You know? Not what you'd want on a Tuesday. Now this season so far has been actually pretty chaotic, a lot of raining, but I haven't been streaming any of it because I've just been chillaxing, because this is the game I kind of turn off my brain to because it's very easy. After I finish the race, I'll show you how easy I mean. Wow. We'll see, can they do good in quali? The one thing about this season though is it's actually pretty close, because Crawford's like within a shout. Berman got P2, hooray.
The time has come.
Cause and then France is a medium hard and nothing else. And just for the start you push like mad. I've never had a turn 1 collisions game, and I've played 15 seasons, so there's no real negative to just pushing flat out off the start. There's the Red Bull there on the hards for sure.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
And the Alfa Romeo, so Norris is going to have to clear these.
Such an awesome job, mate. But hot and temps, just gonna need some lift and coast.
I'm trying to think, is there a better place to put my camera? Let's go for...
Simply lovely.
There. I have moved me.
Gain a position.
Alright Lando, get the move done and then we can back off. There we go. He has gotten the move.
Simply lovely. Come on, mate.
And yes, I have Lambiase as his engineer, and I have.
Back it out. Back it out. Confirm.
Well, now that once you pass the hard runners, you're like, I can now back off because I'm just gonna be coasting along with the medium runners, and if the hard runners fall off, then they fall off. But you don't want to be stuck by the hard runners when they fall off,
enabled.
because then you might have to push like mad to get caught up to the pack ahead
It's a
after the
race
gap has been
position
created.
gained for a Mercedes.
And there's a VSC. Mental scenes. Is it going to give us a replay?
There's been contact and several cars involved. Let's have a look. Now just focus on the Haas. Oh no! And there's the crash. Mark my words, there'll be questions asked about that later.
Oh. Okay, let's just skip ahead.
On. Recharge on. Confirm.
Car firm. Okay, and then back to medium pace. But as we can see, Crawford's just got immense pace, so he's going to be there. Whereas the hard runner of the Haas has fallen off, created a gap.
Car ending. BSC ending. DRS enabled.
And then the race is uninteresting
Mercedes moved up a place.
because there's no weather.
I'll let you know if the situation changes.
You just gotta hope there's like a safety car to make it more exciting or something.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
As long as it's not an ill-opportune safety car that can benefit Crawford. But Crawford has immense pace on the hards,
And McLaren with a great overtake.
thus tough to deal with. But this is so thoroughly exciting to watch.
That is fastest lap.
Anyway. But as you can see, this is very repetitive and I'm not really putting any input in. And either one of two things will happen: I will win or Crawford will win due to being on better strategy. Now that the pit window's active, you put push on your tires. Bam, bam, bada ba boom. Pow. And Hajar is now in. A bit of a yellow flag.
Oh, we've had a spin.
And now, just to play it safe, we're gonna go on the hards. I may have did an actual lap, but we'll just play it safe. Going with Behrman. He gets the undercut because he's the leading car. Norris is in next.
So, box.
And Hajar is there.
I'm happy to box at the end.
And Behrman's out ahead of him. But they'll be beside each other. But he's back off. And position here doesn't really matter. Norris just needs to get in the pits. Get out of the pits.
Yeah, confirm landing for lane.
Lando's out behind them. So you want Lando to catch up. And what you can do to get him caught up is just back off with the lead driver. While Lando pushes, you're letting Hajar through, blah blah blah. While Lando's still pushing on the tires.
Position gained for a
Once it gets
Mercedes.
inside a second, then you go back onto pushing again. Hooray. Now we're within a second. And it is back to the status quo again. Until you catch a pack like this. Which changes things.
Look after this tyre set though. Look after it.
That's 5 cars to get through. And this can benefit Crawford, because we're not in clean air. So Crawford may win this. Just gonna push little.
Who's running wide there? McLaren gain a position.
Just cool tyres down.
Sounds like a spin.
Alright, now that he's
McLaren,
ahead,
great overtake.
you now back out and you wait for the DRS. Then you push off of the DRS. And then you're in clean air. And you should be able to create a gap. Norris is still struggling to get caught up. We'll back out of him
Update on lift off.
for a little bit.
Fuel lift off.
Yeah, confirm.
Right, Lando needs the push because the car ahead is now... The car ahead of Maloney is out of the DRS of Hadjar. Here's a bit of an opening. Just gotta use it.
Okay, well done.
Now back out. And when you're in a DRS train, you want to make the moves whenever, because the DRS of the car ahead will help, even if you're out of ERS like Lando is.
So we are low on battery at the moment.
And I can now back out. And Rashore will probably go in for... Rashore will probably go in for his stop right about now, like Crawford is, although Rashore's probably gonna stay out for a bit. Lando back on neutral. He's gonna need to push like mad because he's far too back from
Everything you've got.
Hajar.
Yeah, confirm.
far too behind. Driver ran wide. Was that Lando by any chance?
I think someone's run wide. Let's take a closer look.
I could
Now
see if
just
my
take a look at the
face
McLaren.
wasn't in the way.
They've got
Yeah, it's Lando. And then we have to harvest.
Caution on the battery.
Okay.
Yeah. Lando's just not going to get caught up to Hadjar. He was 1.8 behind, and now he's 1.9.
Charge the pack.
And then Ollie, he's too
Now
close.
recharge on. Positive on dash. Recharge on.
Yeah, all good. Start the charge.
But you can see Crawford's already closing to Lando.
Mercedes moved up a place.
And I can probably harvest for a bit with Ollie because he'll have DRS. And Lando
So just
back
recharge off whenever you need it.
into neutral. And then now Behrman back into neutral.
So stop and charge.
And Ollie, or Crawford's probably going to catch Lando.
Looks like there's been a lockup.
But, oh well. Hello there, in the chat. I am no longer alone, talking to myself. Huzzah. But now, Lando
Look at that! They've run wide.
needs to defend from Crawford on the mediums. Which he should be able to. He's been defending rather well so far. As long as he stays within DRS when Crawford overtakes him. And Crawford's struggling to overtake.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Now he's got it, but the main thing we need to do is hold on in behind with Lando. Lando has enough tyres to make it to the end. Just needs to stay within DRS. Behrman's going to stay within inside DRS no matter what. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll check back in on lap 52 with these drivers. Kinda hoping they're both behind before the start of lap 52 because
Race position gained for
that will
Mercedes.
benefit when I'm pushing, because I want to push off with the DRS, not have the DRS behind. So let's back off here a bit. And Lando's going to be behind anyway, so we're now going to push up.
Then overtake will be available.
Because you're going to push with the DRS out, then once you're out of the slipstream, go to deploy, overtake with Lando, out of the slipstream, deploy, and then you don't need to press anything for the rest of the time, because the maximum deployment is 2 laps, and you'll find the other drivers are not quick enough to catch, even with DRS. Here we go. Let's just keep this in frame. And while this goes on, we're gonna make some subs in FM, because we are 4-0 up against Arsenal. And Lando's still doing his thing. Ollie's still doing his thing. Is my keeper about to get sent off? Whoa, my keeper got a yellow card. That's like the first time my keeper's got a yellow card in this entire save. Like, genuinely, I've never had a keeper get a yellow card.
We've just got 1 lap remaining.
And as you can see, Behrman's almost outside the DRS. This is... I'm playing FM on my laptop here. I don't even know what he did, but I think he killed someone. But from what I remember, I don't know why he got the yellow card. I didn't see, but as long as he didn't get sent off, because I have no keepers on my bench. But as you can see, Behrman has escaped the DRS from Hajar. Norris is still inside the DRS of Crawford, but it won't matter because Crawford's not going to close up in time. But yeah, as you can see, this game is too easy. And I hope the next game is more difficult because it's so easy to dominate on this game. And I also hope they fix that if you finish second with Ferrari in like your 3rd season, that you don't get fired. Because I finished second on the last day of the season and they're like, nothing but victory. Nothing but victory works for us. Even though we're Ferrari and we haven't won since fucking 2007.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
Anyway,
Nice job, everyone.
P1, P3.
We'll take that.
Could have done better, but you know what I mean. Blah 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 blah. Lando leads, Behrman second. Hadjar's now P3, so those two are Bowden for the driver's title as well. But what we're gonna do is, our suspension simulator has been upgraded and our side pods, hooray, huzzah. Oh no, our boardroom. But before board review, well, Craig, how's things? I'm gonna show you something you're gonna like, Craig, because I know you're, well, I think you're a McLaren fan. But in this save, I'm in 2038, and Lando's about to retire. And if you look closely, you can see he has 24 championship wins. That's not drivers' championship. That is 12 drivers' championships and 12 constructors. So Lando in this save is the absolute GOAT. And I also have Bono. Is he here? Where's Bono? the email from Bono has disappeared. Oh, here it is. Bono, who is 100% rated, is now retiring. But Lando with 162 race wins. Yeah, I've already purchased the new game. I got my deposit back from my landlord, so I had to splash the cash on the new F1 Manager game. I'm gonna be on it from release, making videos flat on it. Hopefully, it's more difficult than this because it's way too easy at the moment. Doesn't even matter when I get those side pods because I'm probably going to win regardless. And also, I hope you like the name of the reserve driver. He's great. But anyway, we've got Hungary, and then after Hungary it's Spa. And I'm kind of looking to speedrun the end of the season because it's Lando's retiring at the end of the season. So I think it's like a good way to end it. Anyway, all the best, Craig, if you're heading. Hope you're doing well. Right, I think we've everything we need.
The Hungaro.
And a cheat that many people don't know is to use all of your braking parts in practice. So you don't have to get any grid penalties. Very easy to do. And you can make it through most seasons without having to take any grid penalties because you're able to spread out your parts. But I'm guessing on the next game they're going to make it more difficult and more complex, so it's not going to be as easy. So I'll have to adapt to that. Also in this game I've never did one practice session ever, so I wonder will they make practice more important than it was this time, because I didn't do one practice session and just I'm on like a 12-year winning streak. Maybe longer, because Ollie Behrman won the championship, so 13. Sainz won one as well. Maybe 14 season winning streak. I had Sainz back for a year. I had Hamilton back in McLaren, but Hamilton didn't do much while he was back at McLaren. He was washed, as they say. But yes, in this, Lando's a 12-time champion. Hello, Cleggs. that's a funny name, Cleggs. Where I'm from, Cleggs are like these annoying bugs that like bite into your skin, and even when you swat them away, they hold on for dear life. So Cleggs they're annoying. But anyway, we're in Q1, we'll just sim past that. Yeah. As long as you're not gonna bite me in the arm, Cleggs is alright with me. Where are you from? Because I'm from Ireland. And Cleggs, they're weird though, because in my childhood they didn't exist, and they only showed up in like the last 5 years. Like these insects did not exist when I was a child, so I don't understand where they come from. But I've got some family in New Zealand. I would love to go to New Zealand and see the All Blacks. I wonder, can I just sim Q1? I had a couple laps there, well, the Q1 laps were kind of blocked, but anyway. Which football? Because this is an important question. Yeah, I'm a big F1 fan. There's three types of football. There's American football, soccer, and Gaelic football. I'm gonna guess you're saying soccer. Because there's so many different types of football. Yeah, yeah. Do you have any favorite teams? I actually,
The session.
I know some Australian teams, but I don't know any New Zealand soccer teams. Oh, is it, who's playing in the Women's World Cup? I've seen some, there's weird betting odds happening where there's not been a lot of goals scored, so if you bet under the expected goals, you can make a lot of money. I seen the video on that earlier. Wellington Phoenix. Do they play in the Australian League? Kind of like some of the Welsh teams do in England, Japan, and Costa Rica. I can't say I know any Japanese or Costa Rican footballers.
Radio check.
Chelsea. I'm a United fan.
Yeah, confirm.
My friend's a Chelsea fan. And Chelsea have did a big overhaul this summer. Hopefully it works out for them. But I'm obviously hoping for United to do better. But I'm a lot of people I know Kagawa's a Japanese player, but isn't it not the Women's World Cup? I know Keylor Navas. Is it not the Women's World Cup? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause women's football, I know like Sam Kerr, those two American dolls. That's about it. I can't remember their names. If you show me a picture of them, I'll be like, I know them. And then there's that girl who's Reece James's sister. I've been seeing a lot of her recently. She's just popping up on the timeline every once in a while. Hannah Wilkinson.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Wilkinson seems a very New Zealand name. Don't know why that is. Just strikes me as a New Zealand name. I feel like there's a famous football or a famous rugby player. That is who's the famous rugby player that's Wilkinson? I don't remember. I have the same sort of thing with basketball because I'm an NBA fan, but the game and I'm an LA Laker fan, so that's like the opposite side of the world. So the games are always played at 3 a.m., which it's 4 a.m. now, so I'm kind of on the body clock for the NBA. But currently the season's over, so we're waiting for the season to restart again. Johnny Wilkinson. I was thinking there's a rugby player named Wilkinson. I was thinking he was English. Was he the fly half? I used to be more into rugby when I was younger, but now I just kind of watch the World Cup and that's about it. And I don't even know a lot of the Irish players, if I'm honest. Every Irish game, I'm like, who's this? I'm learning every game that they play. But what F1 team do you support?
Ready, okay. Yeah, all good.
Right. Right. Same name as me, so you must be a legend. That's all it takes to be a legend. McLaren are technically a New Zealand team. Where's that connection? Okay, glad the Haaston blocked the lap. Being formed by Bruce McLaren, who's a Kiwi driver? Oh, I didn't know that. I always thought McLaren were English. Well, like 90% of the teams are based in England now. But McLaren are English, Mercedes German, Red Bull are Austrian, Ferrari are Italian, Aston Martin English now, but they've had multiple iterations. AlphaTauri are Italian, Williams are English. Who am I missing? Alfa Romeo, Italian.
London Italy.
Or Alfa Romeo are different. I
Understood.
feel like Alfa Romeo are slightly different. And then what is the last team? Haas are American. Yeah. McLaren's always been UK based. I feel like you need to be UK based in F1. It's kind of the thing. I'm trying to think, what is the last team that haven't won from England? Ferrari in 2007? I think so. I think all the other teams are based in England because there's Red Bull, Mercedes, Brawn. Brawn are well, Red Bull are Austrian, but their factories in England. The only thing I would say is, were they in England? Yeah, I guess. I still feel like they're, yeah. I can't remember who went on a lap last. I'm just gonna give Norris the shout. But yeah, I really hope Andretti get in to F1 because I feel like F1's a bit stale with Red Bull winning all the time, and I'm not like mad, like they deserve to be winning. It's just, you know, you expect it all to happen, and I feel like if the Americans have more investment in it and they put like so much money into it, they could be a competitor. But currently they're just like zero American investment. They're only kind of starting to invest. Yeah, I don't see Andretti coming in soon. It'll be like 2026 if they do come in. Alright, P3, P4. And there's no rain, so this is going to be boring to watch. But I'm going to show you, as you weren't here early, or earlier, for how easy the game is. And why I'm hoping they improve the next one. And the only thing that can sabotage this is if my drivers get crashed into or crashed into each other, which they've did a couple times this season in particular.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
The last time I was playing this, Behrman crashed into Norris in Austria. And off the start, Behrman on the outside into P1. Because you just go deploy, and he's gone. Lando on the inside.
With a great overtake.
On the outside. Deploy.
Simply lovely. Come on, mate.
Okay, he's not getting past the Haas. What's happening? Right, go. Into the distance.
McLaren gain a position.
What have you heard? Because I've not actually heard a lot of the improvements they're bringing.
Lift and coast.
I've just heard
And DRS has been enabled.
there's now like scenarios. Liam Lawson. What I think will happen
Stop and charge.
is he's going to finish out the season in Super Formula, and if Perez has a stinker, Ricciardo's going to get the Red Bull seat, and then Liam Lawson's going to get the AlphaTauri seat. But if Perez picks up the pace again, then they're just going to leave Ricciardo in that AlphaTauri seat to, you know, keep the pressure on Perez, being like, your seat is not comfortable for, you know, for 2025. But I think Perez will be gone in 2024, and Liam Lawson will be in AlphaTauri, and Ricciardo will be back in Red Bull, and everyone will be dancing because we all love Ricciardo, and Perez he just doesn't have it, unfortunately. I thought at the start of the season he has the fire in his belly, you know, that competitive fire you need to challenge Max, and then it was Miami where Max was back down the grid and he still beat Perez, who was on pole. That just completely killed his confidence, and he's just gone. And yeah, he had a good race in Hungary, but I just don't think he's going to do well enough to recover for Red Bull standards. Like, Liam Lawson's probably the best driver not on the grid at the moment. I'm trying to think who else is not on the grid who's good. Giovinazzi. And people are going to be upset by me saying this, but I rate Daniel Kvyat because he had a stinker at the start of his career, but towards the end, his run at AlphaTauri, he was rapid. Like, him and Gasly were actually such a partnership. And I feel like Kvyat got done a little bit dirty, but they wanted Tsunoda in the seat. And I haven't heard much from Kvyat since he's left F1, so you can't really say it's been a big miss, like, but and then there's not much other drivers. Ollie Behrman's one I rate, and Ollie Behrman appeared in my Twitch chat once, and I missed him, and I was fuming. I know, I actually hadn't even heard of Super Formula before, but then I found out it's actually like, they're actually quicker than F2 cars, which I didn't really know there was a formula like that. I was not aware.
And just charge the pack.
I'm just gonna go on neutral, accept the straights.
So stop and charge.
Do you know any other drivers in Super Formula? I've been weirdly enough watching a lot more Formula E this year. It's hard for Super Formula or like an American sort of racing thing to get big in Europe because of the time zones. So they kind of have to suit European time zones, and motorsport at the moment is probably biggest in Europe. So kind of whenever your sport is bigger in a certain continent, you kind of have to adhere all your games to kind of that time zone for people to want to watch. Yeah, I know Super Formula is based in Japan. I just don't know any of the drivers in Super Formula. All I know is Suzuka, and I don't know any other Japanese tracks. And I actually have a league race tomorrow in Japan, and I'm not looking forward to it because I've never been good to Japan. I always really liked Suzuka on like Forza. Well, Sachi's Russian. It's not Japanese. But I always liked Suzuka on Forza. But once I started playing in F1 games, I was like, I just can't. I'm just not good enough to race this. But if a league race tomorrow on F123, and hopefully I don't crash and cry. Bruh, is Sachi not Russian? Or well, you'd know better than me. I don't know why the Haas has now got all this pace and is now caught up almost within instead of second. I couldn't tell you. Oh right. I honestly couldn't tell you what the other Japanese track is. Because back when McLarens were racing for titles, and this is before Lewis, this is Senna and Prost days, they were at Suzuka. So, I couldn't tell you. Balls. All the medium runners have caught us. Fuji. I couldn't tell you what Fuji even looks like, but I have heard of Fuji. Well, the race is not going to be comfortable, but
Looks like quite a big accident, yeah.
oh, do I want to do? What would happen if I did hards at the end from here? Hards to the end from here. Let's say we. No, not worth the risk. I wonder who is pitted. There is a couple drivers who put under the hards.
I think that was a crash. We can take a look.
Let's
now.
have a look here.
So this was the Aston Martin.
He's gonna spin and hit his front wing.
That crash is terrible news for the team. And the team has.
Alright, all the best. I'm rooting for Japan because Japan are a little bit cooler, unfortunately. I like Japan. They created Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's all I ever needed.
So safety car is going to be doing this lap.
Anyway, all the best. Have fun.
Safety car's in pit lane.
Confirm.
gonna be tough to win now
Triple
with that
south
safety
through.
car.
Yep.
Norris, you do DRS, right? It's not been turned on yet. Ooh, Norris is gonna lose out here.
DRS is enabled.
Oh, it's enabled now. Let's just slow your roll, Bearman. And let's speed up a little, Lando. What's going on with me? And then back on. And back we are to pushing. Hooray.
There's been a crash.
Another
Sounds like a
crash.
single car. Here's the
Let's see
replay.
what's happening here.
Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved. Dear me.
Great
Who
camera
hasn't been
angles.
expecting that?
Exquisite. Okay, Lando just needs to defend from this Haas who is all over his ass. The Haas just have fucking unbelievable pace, and Lando's falling out of DRS. Lando. And then back on. This should be more comfortable than it is, but you know, Lando's struggling
Look
massively.
after this tyre set though. Look after it.
Oh my god, every time I cut away, Lando's losing the fucking position.
Let's push.
And let's just
Confirm.
push on the tires now. Now Lando's all of a sudden getting past
Okay, on
Bearman.
lift off. We do require fuel lift off.
Yeah, confirm.
Okay. Now you just can hold it together a bit, hopefully. And we'll pit next lap, whoever the lead driver is.
Yeah, copy. Temps are climbing. Temps are now climbing.
Okay. Onto the hards we go. With Lando. And then Bearman. Onto hards. Who are we waiting on? We're waiting on Stanek. And lovely Lando's out ahead in this pack. And there's now a yellow flag. It's of Maloney. What's Maloney done?
I think there's been a lockup. Let's see what happened there. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. And this,
Just a random lockup where he doesn't know how to rejoin. Bearman in. I'm gonna push heavy off the final corner to see what that does. There's Bearman. And he's gonna need to push as well to get past Dos Santos. Come on, Lando. And then we're gonna go neutral again with these two.
That's a position gained for Alpha Tauri.
And off of the DRS we're gonna get
And McLaren with
here.
a great overtake.
Back onto full push. Because you get a double dose of DRS, so both of us will be clearing the Santos
Let's keep the pressure on. You
onto
can
the
do this.
shore. There's Behrman. Come on, Lando.
Really well executed.
Just send it. Send it. Send it. Send it.
McLaren
You're
gained
not
position.
sending it.
Increase in lifting coast just a little.
Okay. Lando's decided he doesn't want the position.
Have a lift off.
Yeah, fine.
You have fastest lap.
Fantastic work.
This garage has just gone mental.
This garage has just gone mental. According to Bono. Adrian.
Is that a lockup?
Another lockup. Wow. How crazy. But this win is more nailed on because Stanek is the next runner and he's way behind. And there's a couple drivers who don't have DRS on each other that are stuck. So this win is pretty much in the bag. I'm just going to let it play out from here.
That
Only-
sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Only a safety car can really jeopardize this. Oh, 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 oh.
Someone spun out. Let's have a look. What's this? We're looking at Lando Norris. And this, yes, this is where they spun out. The team are
And now Lando's gonna be at the fucking back of the field. He's now P15. Hooray. Well, he's now opened the door for Behrman to win the championship with this massive point swing. But I don't want Lando spinning, especially when Hadjar and Crawford are doing well this year. You just don't want it. You just don't want it. Well, let's skip on because there's not much else we can do. Lando's fucked himself. Lando can probably get points, but pitting's not gonna help. Pushing's not really gonna help.
Was that a lockup on the track?
Because the tires still have to go to the end. What he needs to do is get in DRS here. Recharge on. Recharge off.
Just be recharge off whenever you're ready. confirm.
And then hip hoppity onto
Simply lovely.
the back of Hajar. Hopefully Hajar is not in the DRS of the car ahead. This is very marginal. And the car ahead is Crawford. Oh my god. Where's the safety car?
Oh, and that's a crash. Let's take a closer look. Now just take a look at the McLaren.
I was literally pushing just to go for the move on Hajar and Lando was fucking bended.
Yeah, confirm.
Well, how much of a gap do I have? To
Ignition
Stanek.
P0, please. Ignition P0.
10 seconds.
Yeah, confirm.
You know what, fuck it. Let's risk it. What is life without risk? Stanek is now into first, which is not what we want, but we have Behrman on the mediums, so he'll be on the quicker tire. And Lando, disappointing. He spun once, and just when you thought you couldn't get any worse, he spun twice. Once, twice.
So
3
second
times a
car
lady.
in this lap.
Someone's run wide.
Past the Ferrari.
This is awesome work, come on. Increase in lifting coast.
In Spain without the A is an accurate description of what Lando just did. Is Spain without the A.
DRS has been enabled.
Is Lando or is Behrman gonna go for this? He is on the Haas. I'm just gonna spam the ERS, get out of the 1 second.
Pull tyres down.
And then push on fuel.
And think about less lifting coast.
Harvest some energy.
Just charge that pack.
And then we'll go back on neutral. Let's skip on a couple laps. Because the AI is not intelligent enough to know that they have all this fuel saved and they're not pushing on fuel. They're on neutral basically the entire race. They do not push at any point. They're just constantly neutral throughout the entire race. And we're gonna win. I believe that we will win. And we're just gonna wait until we get to lap 69. Ha 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 ha. And then we're gonna
Sounds like someone's locked up.
push for fastest lap, which we already have, but we're gonna do it anyway. And as long as Behrman doesn't crash,
We've just had a car
we are
run
happy.
wide.
Because if Behrman crashes, then I'm
Looks like
ending
they've
the
got a
stream.
locker.
Which I'm ending the stream anyway because, oh, I forgot to push. Well, again, last lap will be the one to push. I'll be ending the stream anyway because it's late. And then maybe tomorrow I can do them all. But we'll see. Because after tomorrow, the
And one more lap.
game will be out. F1 2020, F1 Manager 2023 will be out on Thursday. And you bet your ass I'm buying it. Behrman. If you're just joining us, you missed Lando spinning twice and destroying his car. But at least we have Behrman, who's 10 seconds in the lead, to win the Hungarian Grand Prix, as long as he doesn't bin it on the last lap. If he bins it, you're gonna see me cry live on stream. Make sure to hit the follow to see me start wailing crying. But as we can see, this game is easy. Other than Lando fucking binning it. You know, easy game, easy life. The other cars don't know how to push and when to push. I think Ferrari should just hire me as like the strategist because I'm so good. Personally. You know, if you happen to work
We
at
have
Ferrari,
checkered flag now.
hire me. I can guarantee you one thing is I will do a better job than Javi because it's physically impossible to do a worse job. Like, guarantee it with a capital U. Guarantee. But anyway, we are now. Oh, yep, forgot Lando cost us money because he fucking binned it. Hooray! Okay, so for Spa, I'm gonna have a new front wing, a new rear wing, and new side pods. So the car should be disgusting, but usually around Spa it never is, even with all the upgrades. Inbox. Rear wing design 4 on 4. And as you can see, my car is not good. I am good. I am the best. Principal. And it may have something to do with my team being unbelievable. That overshadows how bad the car is. Might have a slight impact, but I think it's just because I'm gorgeous. Okay. And Willie Cock goes up another rating in accuracy. Let's just go into fence. My suspension is low in stock. Let's make another one of those. I need another chassis. Ow, I've banged my knee. and then I'm good for. Oh, I need side pods, but they're already being manufactured. And the memorabilia room can be upgraded. And we'll advance. But I think I'm gonna end the stream here, and tomorrow I'm gonna try and finish out the season. If I can't, oh well. It won't be number 13 for Lando. And then Thursday I'll have the new game, and I'm thinking of doing a Ferrari save. Oh, the race is gonna be rain, and I'm gonna show you how easy it's gonna be to win wet races on the next exciting episode of whatever the fuck this is called. But yeah, I'm gonna just simulate practice really quick and then end the stream. I think I'm gonna go with Ferrari for my F1 manager team, because on this game I got fired from Ferrari for finishing second in my third season, because in my second season I'd won, and I think I'd won the first 2 seasons, and then they were like, we don't accept anything other than winning, and it's like, you hadn't been winning for fucking 15 years, but you didn't sack Bonotto for fucking like how long, and you sack me.
Welcome back as we continue.
Anyway. That has been this shit show. Thank you for watching. Bye.